Outcome 11.3, circle graphs. A circle graph is a way to show how a whole value is divided. Each section of the circle is a percentage of the whole. The size of the slices, when compared, is an easy way to show the differences between the percentage values of the sections. So this pie graph shows things a zombie would do. The green, dance with Michael Jackson. The yellow, moan. Red, eat your brain, and blue, eat your flesh. Let's look at some examples. Aurelia kept track of the time she spent on different activities in a day. The data is represented in this table. So her activities were sleep, school, job, homework, meals, relaxation, and travel, and the number of hours that she did for each thing. Let's create a circle graph of this data. So here's our data. Step 1 is to find the percentage of the day she was involved in each activity. Each day has 24 hours, so divide the number of hours for each activity by 24, then multiply this answer by 100. So let's look at what we've got. The number of hours spent sleeping is 7. Total number of hours in a day is 24. So 7 divided by 24 times 100 will give us 29% of her day spent sleeping. Now, you take some time and do the rest. Here's how it should work out. 29% for sleep, 29% of the day is going to school, 17% at her job, 6% doing homework, 8% eating meals, 6% relaxing, and travel is 4%. If we add these up, they only add up to 99% and not 100%. To fix this, which of the percentages was the closest to being rounded up? Take that one and round it up. The number of hours spent on meals, or the percentage of time spent on meals, would be the one that would be closest. And so we're going to round that up to 9, and you can see that I've changed it here. A full circle is 360 degrees. We need to find how many of those degrees we need to use for each of her daily activities. So we're going to divide the percentage of each section by 100 to get the decimal value, and then multiply it by 360 to find the number of degrees for each section. So if we look at our sleep example, 29% divided by 100 gives us decimal 29. Then we multiply that by the 360 degrees, shows us that approximately 104 degrees of our circle will need to be colored in to represent the sleep period of time. You finish up the other ones. Here's how it should have worked out. 104 degrees for sleep, 104 degrees for school, 61 degrees for the job, 22 for homework, 32 for meals, 22 for relaxation, and 14 for travel. Now, draw a circle and use a protractor to find the proper number of degrees for each section. Color each section on a different color and then create a legend for the sections. So the legend of my circle graph is listed along this side here. And I've drawn out my circle graph. So for sleep, which is this yellow color, if I measure from here to here, should be 104 degrees. If you need some help with this, please find a teacher to give you some assistance. Rochelle is an environmental monitor who gathers water samples from different rivers. This graph shows the percentage of rivers that contain certain levels of nitrogen. Once we have a circle graph, we can use it to answer many questions. It says, what is the most common level of nitrogen found? The most common level is going to be whichever one takes up the biggest piece of the circle. And so it would be this orange piece over here, or 0.6 to 0.8 milligrams per liter. What is the least common level of nitrogen? So we're looking for the smallest piece of the circle. And this one happens to have the percentages labeled on our circle. This would be our least common, this pink area over here, which is 1.1 to 1.2 milligrams per liter. What would you need to know to determine the number of rivers at each level? So remember that a circle diagram only shows us the percentage of the whole. So in order to determine the number of rivers at each level, we would have to know the total number of rivers used in the data. Complete assignment number 4.